When I left, I was cleansed in a much bigger way than just my ass. I'm not sure how I feel about what I think is about to happen. I'm half naked, I'm sitting in a chair in the middle of my living room, the shades are closed, the lights are turned down low, and I feel this silk scarf drawn across my neck and this light touch travel across my shoulders, and I look and there's this tall black thigh-high boot and this strong thigh wrapped in fishnet stockings disappearing into these black leather hot pants that are painted on this tight ass, and a chiseled back and shoulders and arms framing this reddish black flowing hair, and my eyes track along this jaw and down this slender neck and then across these heaving full breasts, push up in this corset over this grid of tight abs. But inside my head there's this war going on. I'm anxious, I'm confused, I cannot relax. And I'm thinking, like, here's this beautiful woman doing this striptease for me, someone I know better than almost anyone on the planet. And I can't get out of my head. And what's even worse is I can tell she feels my discomfort, maybe even more than I do. And I'm feeling this like wedge being driven into our sex life, and I don't know if it's ever going to be able to be taken out. Well, a few years later, several thousand miles away, my friend Witch Doctor and I depart from our little camp at 515 in G, the Funkatarium Liars Bar, and we pedal up to our destination and we see these 2 rows of 4 tubs, and inside each tub is a person standing with several other people standing around them. And out front is this kind of portly dude. He's medium hairy, he's got these big kind of black rimmed glasses, and he's wearing nothing but an orange safety vest, which is a pretty outstanding look. And it turns out that everybody in this area is naked, and so my friend Witch Doctor and I, we strip down and we're standing in front of the safety vest guy, and he's giving us an orientation to the human carcass wash. See, it turns out the human carcass wash, you start out as an employee of the human carcass wash, and you work your way up to being a customer. And this safety vest guy, the first thing he says, you know, there's a really important question you need to ask to everybody at the human carcass wash, and that is, what are your boundaries? So there I am, my hands are all soapy, and I'm kind of rubbing around the breast of this kind of 20-something brunette, and I'm admiring her college-age skin, and I'm pushing the soap down across her ribs and around her hips and across her stomach, and being careful to be respectful of her vagina area boundary that she's informed me of. And I'm thinking, God, you know, I'm really enjoying this moment. And I'm also thinking, like, why a few years ago, several thousand miles away, with somebody that I'm so much closer to, was I so uncomfortable with that same sort of touch? And then something weird starts to happen. They start shutting down our line at the human carcass wash. So 4 tubs become 3 tubs, and then 2 tubs, and then 1. And here's me and these 4 other guys, and we're like in this round robin of like servicing and being serviced by each other. I'm thinking like, this isn't what I came for. And then, so I'm standing there next to my good friend, Rich Doctor, and he's in the tub right now. And so of course we ask him the question, you know, hey dude, like what are your boundaries? And he goes, external only. I'm like, wait, is that assumed? And then that's, oh, I'm a Burning Man. I gotta be clear, and I appreciate the conciseness. So I'm standing there and I'm squeegeeing my good friend Brian, and Brian's Witch Doctor. Witch Doctor is a marathoner, and he's one of those kind of stronger marathoners, not those really skinny dudes, but like a strong one. And I'm kind of gripping his thigh, and I'm pushing down the soap and the water and the playa dust, and I can see it running down his knee, and I'm thinking a little uncomfortable. I mean, I'm right here, kind of face to face, you know, and out of the action that's going on. I push it down. But you know, beneath that discomfort, and this is someone I'm very close to, a good friend from my childhood, I'm feeling at ease and relaxed in that moment, and really enjoying gripping his, you know, strong, solid muscle and pushing it down. So, the next person up, I'm going to affectionately call Glitterbeard. The reason why his name is Glitterbeard is because that was his boundary. What are your boundaries? Oh, my beard. Don't touch my beard. Thinking like ball sack, you know, maybe sensitive nipples. No, just, okay, no beard. So at this point, things have kind of switched around, and I'm standing in the tub, and I'm enjoying these 4 sets of hands, soaping up my body, and I kind of notice something a little strange going on in my trunk area. And I look around, and it's Glitterbeard. And he's back there, and he is, how shall I say, expressing some radical self-expression. He is really scrubbing back there, and he is not letting any of his own personal boundaries get in the way of giving me this gift of cleanliness. And I thought, you know, in that moment, first of all, I noticed it. I liked it. And I appreciate it. You know, when you've been on the playa for a few days, there is dust in every crack and crevice of your body. So it feels, it's like a religious experience to get bathed at Burning. So when I am now in charge of being the washer, and I'm looking down, and let me just describe Glitterbeard. So he's an older dude, and he's got that balding head, and he's got that hair kind of pulled back into that kind of straggly 3-inch ponytail. And he's kind of like if you were at a Dead show, and then next door was a survivalist convention, and you'd see Glitterbeard up front, and you'd be like, dude, get it right in the middle. He's right in the middle. So I'm looking down, and he's, you know, it's a little bit saggy, you know, kind of some pimply ass. I'm kind of going, I am not going to let the shit in my head, my own boundaries, get in the way of giving this wonderful gift. And I'm just in there, scrubbing away. Yeah. And you know what I noticed in that moment? I definitely had a little epiphany in that moment. It's not what goes on down here. It's what goes on up here. Yeah. So when I left, I was cleansed in a much bigger way than just my ass.